Seward Mafia.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Awkward Mafia Watches Lost. I'm Jesse.
I'm Kristine.
Today we are watching Season 3, Episode 13, The Man from Tallahassee.
Who's from Tallahassee?
Sawyer's from Tallahassee, I think.
Is he?
Or he's from near there. He's southern.
He's Florida?
No, I don't. Is he? No, he's not.
He's from Florida.
He's from the Mississippi area, I think. I don't remember.
Maybe it's Ben. Or maybe it's Jack. No, Jack's not from here.
Ben says he's from the island.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. It could be named I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Previously on Lost, we learned about the woman from Sydney. Claire.
Jack's sister.
Yes, we learned that they are
Yeah.
related, but they do not know that yet.
Yeah. Yet.
Yet.
Being the key word. Because they're going to find out at some point.
How can they not?
I know, right?
How disappointing would it be to go the whole show and that never comes up again?
That'd be pretty funny though. Like, not gonna lie. It's like a huge thing and it's like, yeah, they just don't know. So that means Aaron is his nephew.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's right. Aaron is also related to him.
And that means if Charlie and Claire get married, then Charlie would be his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anyway. That was like the biggest thing that happened, I guess. Well, and I guess like
the biggest thing is Jack playing football.
Oh yeah, Jack apparently is buddy with them after a couple days or something.
Something like that. So, some amount of days. Not a week for sure. It's shorter than that. But yes, our rescue team has infiltrated
the barracks.
The barracks perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a clear line of sight with the barracks themselves. And
then they saw Jack playing football.
Yes. So I guess we're gonna hopefully see where that goes.
Hopefully.
Yeah, they're not alternating, but it's like we get a few episodes about Jack and the others, and then we get like an episode about Charlie dying.
I know.
or the weird stuff.
Claire knows that now.
Yes.
Also, they tagged a bird.
Yeah, because we got Hurley learning about it and blaming himself.
Yeah.
And then we get, we got to learn this and this and this. Okay, next episode, Claire.
I guess technically Jin sort of knows, doesn't he? Like,
I don't think so.
Does he?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
He
was just there for the
Hurley?
ride.
It's just Hurley?
Hurley, Claire, and obviously Desmond.
Okay.
And I think that's it. Because I don't think they told anyone else. Yeah, no. Okay. Let's watch. Yeah. But first, do it home. Don't forget, this is not a market substitute. Be sure to support the official release on Hulu and I think Amazon and DVDs and Blu-rays. They're always good.
VHSs if it's there. I don't know.
I think there is a VHS that came with like the big full series box set.
Really? That's cool.
But I think it was just like all the Dharma videos on. I don't think it was any episodes. Okay. But it was like actual working VHS.
That's cool.
I think. I remember something like that. I remember I really wanted it, but it was like $200. And like I'm not buying that.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. But also you can support us on Amazon. Nope. Patreon. I said Amazon too many times. Support us on Patreon. We're at patreon.com/awkwardmafia. There's a link in description and a square in the corner.
Yeah,
don't choke on crackers.
Support us on Amazon. We have a wish list.
We could get a wish list.
Awkward Mafia wish list.
All right, let's watch.
I like Kate's face. What?
I see you stopped submitting your therapy bills for reimbursement.
It's because I stopped going. Waste of time.
It's just a temporary suspension, Mr. Locke. As soon as you resume your sessions, you can reapply.
You think I'm temporarily disabled?
Depression can be temporary, yes. And since you see fit to stop going to therapy, I guess you're all better.
Damn.
Yes, I am.
Oh, it's not the wheelchair thing. Actually, it was depression.
No, is this before or after Helen? Probably after Helen.
I think so. He had more hair then.
Oh, yeah. He had hair.
This is going to be more complicated than we thought.
Indeed, Locke, indeed. Also, how did he get better after, like 2 days? What?
I don't know if he's bad or he's in a wheelchair.
I mean, he couldn't even, like, move.
I think it's been more like 4 or 5 days. But still.
I'm not leaving, Saeed.
We may not have a choice. It's Jack. The first time I saw him, he was risking his life, pulling people out of burning airplane wreckage. He's shaking hands with the others. I'm sure he has a good reason. Just have to go down there and find out what it is.
Very reasonable and sensible. But yeah, this is Jack we're talking about. He's got a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Come on.
I'm sorry, no solicitors. I have a sign.
I have some.
How many kidneys do you have? She met him 2 months ago. Love at first sight is what she said. After 2 months of knowing him, she agrees to marry the guy. Something in my gut told me that he was after something, so I had to check him out. It has to do with you, Mr. Locke. Is that you donated one of your kidneys to Adam Seward. He used to be Anthony Cooper, so I figured, hey, someone gave the guy his kidney, how bad could he be, right?
Well, it was an anonymous donation. I never met him.
Who is this? What's going on?
I'm going in alone.
It's better if you're the first one he sees.
Again, very good point.
After Locke.
If he sees Locke walk in, he's, John, what are you doing here?
They had to make Locke make reasonable decisions after his, 3 episodes of bad decisions.
Look at him on the piano. It's very good.
What are you doing here?
I came to get you.
Get out of here. Right now. Go.
Jack.
Kate, they're watching me.
Get out of here!
I'm not leaving you.
Get down! Get down! Don't hurt her! Don't hurt her!
Step back, Doc.
Oh.
Hold him still.
Who else is with you?
Jack.
Just answer the question, Kate.
Nobody else. It was just us.
Oh.
John.
Shh. Keep your voice down.
I can tell you where Jack is.
I'm not looking for Jack. I'm looking for the submarine.
Dad? Who are you talking to?
Alex, don't come in here.
What do you want?
Tell her to be quiet.
Alex, please.
Dan, you awake?
No.
Somehow they found us.
Where are they now?
We captured them. We're holding them over at my place. Want me to help you get out of there?
No, separate them. I want to know how they found us.
What about Juliet and Shepard tomorrow?
Let me worry about that. Just go. Richard, wait a minute. I want you to bring me the man from Tallahassee.
What are you in for?
Just do it. Now. Okay?
The man from Tallahassee, what is that? Some kind of code?
No, John, unfortunately, we don't have a code for there's a man in my closet with a gun to my daughter's head. Although we obviously should.
You had a pack with him. I want her to retrieve it.
But you should know, John, my daughter currently hates me. So I'm not sure holding me hostage is your best option.
Dad, I'll get your bag.
How did you even know that I
I
was...
know, because her son came to me and asked why I gave you a kidney. He's on to you. But he doesn't have any proof, so he came to me hoping I would vouch for you. You're gonna marry her for her money, right?
What is it you want, John?
I want you to end it. You make people think that you're their family, and then you leave their life in ruins, and I'm not gonna let you do it again.
So tell me, John, how do you expect to pilot our submarine? You don't just press submerge.
I'll figure something out.
What's in the pack, John? If you met me, Kyle, that means you were in the communications station, which means you found the explosives. So you're not planning to pilot the submarine anywhere, are you? You're planning to destroy it.
You don't know me at all.
I know you were born in California. I know you were raised in foster care. I know you spent the 4 years prior to your arrival on this island in a wheelchair. And I know how you ended up in it.
But you're not gonna tell us.
Did it hurt?
I felt my back break. What do you think?
Damn. The fuck happened?
Look at her. Flexible. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very difficult to do.
Be careful in here.
Thanks.
Warned him that it's mic'd.
What is all this?
This is where they live.
And the people they took? The kids?
They're all safe.
Safe.
Well, I mean, they're not, starving or anything. So, relatively safe, yeah.
I came here to help you, so why don't you tell me what's going on?
back here for me.
I didn't think you meant it.
Why wouldn't he?
I made a deal with them. They're gonna let me go.
When?
First thing in the morning. I asked you not to come back here for me, and I wish that you hadn't. But I will come back here for you.
They got pinball.
Nice.
Do you know a man named Peter Talbot?
No, I don't think so.
And why was your name and address on a piece of paper in his pocket, Mr. Locke?
Why would you be looking through his pockets?
Because Peter Talbot's dead.
Was it immediate? It started the moment you got here?
Yeah.
And you were just walking. The feeling returned right after the crash. That day.
That's what immediate means, Ben. You're wondering why it hasn't happened for you. You're not recovering as fast as you'd like. How long's it been since Jack fixed you? A week? Now that I think about it, how did you get sick in the first place?
Are you afraid it'll go away, John? Is that why you want to destroy the submarine? Because you know if you ever leave this island, you'll be back in the chair?
You got anything to eat?
Yeah, how did Ben get sick in the first place? On a place that heals you.
Well, not necessarily.
That's
It doesn't heal
true.
everyone. Not. I mean, only Rose and John felt the effects.
True, but Ben's like the guy, you know?
That doesn't mean he fucks with the energy.
True.
I mean, we know this. He doesn't.
Yeah.
You're Alex, aren't you?
Hey, Janet.
How do you know my name?
Because you look like your mother.
My mother's dead.
Nah, fam.
I'm sure that's what they told you.
Get going, Alex.
She does look a lot like
I
this.
know.
It was good casting. Like, she has like the same like facial structure and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and the hair.
Where'd you get electricity?
We have 2 giant hamsters running the physic wheel at our secret underground lair.
That's funny.
Oh my god, Ben is so sarcastic. I love it. She's like, ugh.
I know you think you need to do this, John, but if you blow up my submarine, I have a big problem with my people.
Is that supposed to be an incentive not to blow it up?
I was born on this island. Not many of my people can say that. Most of them were recruited and brought here. And as much as they love this place, they need to know they can leave if they want to. The sub maintains that illusion.
So you're lying to them.
No, they're here because they want to be here. Some of them are just not ready to make a full commitment yet. You've already made that commitment, and now you have a choice. Because if you stop and if you think, I can show you things. Picture a box. You know something about boxes, don't you, John? What if I told you that somewhere on this island, there's a very large box, and whatever you imagined, whatever you wanted to be in it, when you opened that box, there it would be.
I'd say I hope that box is big enough to imagine yourself up a new submarine.
Why are you so angry, John?
Because you're cheating. You come and go as you please. You use electricity and running water and guns. You're a hypocrite, a Pharisee. You don't deserve to be on this island. If you had any idea what this place really was...
You've been here 80 days, John. I've been here my entire life. So how is it that you think you know this island better than I do?
Because you're in the wheelchair, and I'm not.
Strong argument.
He's like, well, you got me there.
Jack and I made a deal. In less than an hour, he's leaving this island on that submarine, and it's a one-way ticket. The anomaly wiped out our communications, which means when that sub leaves, it can never come back. So whether you destroy the submarine or whether you let it go, the end result is the same.
Let's go.
Submarine's down there.
I'm sorry I had to involve you in this.
Aww. This music.
It's very tense music.
I know. So dramatic.
Look, I know you don't owe me anything, but I need to ask you for one last favor. I need you to let my friends go.
Your friends are only here to rescue you. I suppose there's no reason to keep them here.
Do I have your word on that?
I'll let them go just as soon as you've left the island.
By the way, your friend is about to blow up the sub that you need to get out of the island.
Yeah, thank you for keeping your promise, for letting us go. Yup.
Jack's not gonna be happy when he finds out.
Oh, he's gonna want to murder John.
Bro. Well, it's not really John's fault.
That he put a bomb on the sub?
I mean, I guess it kind of is. He does know that it is Jack's ticket out.
Yeah,
So.
he was given full disclosure.
Yeah.
What are you doing here, John? I'm sorry, Jack. Sorry for what?
Yes. You're not sorry. Although I don't really understand why he needs to blow it up.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand why he needs to keep everyone else there. Like, if you wanted to stay, stay. Like, no one's forcing you to leave. Right? Like, I don't understand that.
Why would I kill Peter?
He was on to you!
John, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not sweating some rich kid.
I tell you to leave, you tell me you're gonna leave town. Why are you still here?
Peter died and everything just went straight into the tank. She's called off the wedding. I'm a con man, not a murderer. She needs to be alone.
So if I were to call her right now, that's what she would tell me.
Phone's right over there, John.
What's her number?
Wow.
Mr. Locke, we know this isn't what you want to hear, but your father's gone.
All right, detectives, it's enough. Mr. Locke has work to do today.
Father of the Year.
Most people struggle with this at first, but don't worry. They'll get used to it.
No, please. I can't do
John,
this.
you fell 8 stories and survived, okay? I don't want to hear about what you can't do. Let's go. It's gonna be all right.
No, I don't. No,
It's
I don't.
gonna. There we go.
Well, John, you've really gone and done it now. You remember earlier, John, when you called me a cheater? There I was, shaking hands with Jack, and thinking I'd give almost anything to come up with a way to stop him from leaving, because to let him go would be a sign of weakness, of failure, of defeat. And that, John, would be the end of me. But to kill him, that would be cheating. Because my people also heard me make a promise, and to break my word, that would be the end of me, too. And then you came striding out of the jungle, John, to make my dream come true.
No, you're just hella easily manipulatable. Fool, like...
He didn't care he was being manipulated.
Yeah. Alex was straight up told him, like, yo, he's manipulating you. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's fine because I wanted to do this anyway.
When I asked you earlier if it hurt when you suffered your injury, I think you misunderstood me. But I really wasn't asking about the physical pain.
What, you want to know if it hurt my feelings?
I wanted to know what it felt like when your own father tried to kill you. He's the reason you destroyed the submarine, isn't he? You're afraid of him, and this is the one place he can never find you. This is the one place he can never get to.
What do you want from me?
I don't know how it happened, but you seem to have some communion with this island, John. And that makes you very, very important. I want to help you, John.
Why?
Because I'm in a wheelchair and you're not.
Huh. Nice.
Dad?
That was The Man from Tallahassee. What'd you think?
I mean, it's good because we got, like, a lot of plot. I'm just done with John. I'm done. All right, you can leave, John. Like, bro. Dude. This man. Like, he's, like, on the bottom near Charlie.
So you're at where I was last season.
Yeah, I'm just done with him.
Which I think did continue at this point in my viewing. this episode was like, oh my god, this episode was so amazing, and I hate John so much.
Yeah, the episode is fine. The episode itself was good. You know, we got a lot happening and like the plot moving forward and everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, the mystery of him, how he got in the wheelchair is solved, I guess.
Finally answered.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like one of those things where like John is it's interesting because John is like similar to Ben in a sense. Like I could see like the foils between, because obviously like Ben is now in the wheelchair and Locke is not. But it's interesting that I think like Ben in a wheelchair is way more powerful than Locke ever was, or he's like more powerful than Locke in the wheelchair than Locke is standing and walking.
Yeah, that is, because when it starts, he wakes him up in the middle of the night and all that. He has no idea what's going on, but then they later say like, why would the C4 still be inside his backpack this whole time? Because he knew way before that this was going to happen. Like
he's like, oh, like it seems like, you know, he was manipulating John like pretty much, not the entire time maybe, but like obviously he knows about like who John is, enough of his character to like be like, oh, I can manipulate this dude. I can really manipulate this dude, especially because he knows like his dad's past and like his history with his dad. It's like
he knows his dad.
They had him. That too. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, John is just like so easily manipulated.
Well, here's the thing. I think Locke's been wanting to blow up the sub since they got to the flame. Since he learned that they have submarines.
Probably.
Since he found the explosive.
Probably.
That was his plan. Ben just used that to his advantage.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, he definitely manipulated Locke, like, for sure. And, like, I mean, even in the flashbacks, though, like, just John is just, like, so easily manipulated and manipulable.
Yes,
and
because...
it's sometimes it's really annoying. Because, like, I guess he's one of those characters that, like, doesn't really seem... He doesn't really grow. Like, it seems like he's going backwards, almost. Like,
well, because he did grow massively between the show starting and before the show started. You know? He was one person. Yeah. And then he could walk again. Yeah. And this created all this instantaneous, massive character growth. Yeah. And that's where he's been living in the present for the whole show. And in the flashbacks, we see him get to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's uncompromising.
I guess what I mean by like growth is like, I mean, even though he was like obviously in the wheelchair, right? Like he was, a different person. And then like now that he could walk, it's almost like he went back to what he was before he was in the wheelchair, even before he got on the island. He like went back to that same character, but now he's just that on the island. And he has this newfound confidence.
Yes.
Almost arrogance. Actually, no, it is a lot of arrogance because the island made him walk. So it's like even worse because now he's just overconfident in himself and I guess the island's abilities and whatever. And like he doesn't like properly think about like what he's doing sometimes, I think. Like
he feels like he gets these signals.
Yeah.
And he decides what the signal means. Yeah. And goes full force.
Yeah. He gets obsessed.
And sometimes they're real signs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And sometimes he misinterprets the signs. And sometimes it's not. And he just knows that it is.
Yeah. And then I think that's like my issue. Like that's why like, right, John and oh my god, why am I blanking on this? Jack. That's why John and Jack are like opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Like Jack is like obsessive when he's like they both come to these like sometimes their conclusions are right and sometimes they're wrong and sometimes it's just like what the fuck are you doing? But they both are like very obsessive people on the different ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
And very like self-destructive and arrogant in their like conclusions.
But Jack won't be manipulated not.
Yeah, that's
not,
true.
Not
Jack
in the same way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Jack, I mean, the similarities are just like they get really obsessive and self-destructive. But yeah, Jack is definitely not as
difference.
Jack is definitely not as manipulatable as John.
The side effects of them being on opposite ends of the spectrum is that Locke is easy to manipulate and Jack is not.
Yeah, because he just like Jack questions literally everything.
Yeah, you can't even convince him to do something.
I know.
That's like normal and good.
And then Locke is just like, okay, I'll do it. Like,
yeah,
right? Like, but like I think what like really like gets on my nerves about Locke sometimes is that. Especially in the flashbacks, he, like, I think in, like, all of his flashbacks, especially with his dad, he tries to do good, right? Like, he was trying, or not he tries to do good, like, he didn't want his dad to con this poor woman, right? But, like, he went about it by himself.
Yeah.
And even though this dude is sitting right in front of him, like, I don't trust this dude. I don't trust this man who's marrying my mom, or he's gonna marry my mom. Like, is he trustworthy? Like, I
guess he felt knowing who he really is would hurt the family. Like, my time I spent with my dad, if then he died, I would have lived on thinking I had a good dad. And everything was fine. And then instead I found out who and what he really is. So he probably wanted to spare her that experience, which is a very dumb thing to do.
I honestly don't think it was because of that. Like, everything because this isn't really the first time that he's done this, right? So, like, I feel like, yeah, I think a lot of it is, like, just he's being really selfish. Because, like, yeah, and then, like, why would he go see his dad after that? Like, after he finds out that Peter is dead, right? It's like...
Then you go to the cops. Then you tell the cops who came to you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, why didn't you just tell the cops then? Like, if he's dead, like, I don't understand what he has to hide at this point. Like, why does he need to be discreet about the fact that he knows his dad? Because they clearly know... Something's up with them.
In the hospital, they say they know he's his dad now. They know what happened.
Yeah, so it's like, what? And it's not like you did anything illegal. You gave a man your kidney legally. Like, that's not an illegal thing to do. Yeah. Like, nothing Locke did was like that sus. He just was manipulated by this con man into giving him his kidney, and that was kind of it.
Yeah, no, he didn't do any of that to save himself from anything. I think you're right. It's not... So, I mean, I'm sure it's a part of it, but it's not just because he wanted to spare this woman the truth and wanted to give her a happier story or whatever. I think a bigger part is he still doesn't want to disappoint his dad.
Yeah. I think it is.
That he's still afraid of his dad, and he doesn't want to call the cops on his dad. He wants to confront him himself and make just leave. Tell me that you didn't kill this kid. And leave. And he was dumb enough to think, or naive, like whatever you want to call it. He was wrong. That was a bad call, and he paid a pretty big price.
Like, the fact that he has all these issues with his dad, like in terms of, like, I don't know, maybe he just feels a lot of shame, and like he doesn't want to admit that because like I don't see why he wouldn't, help the cops with this investigation, especially if he did feel bad, especially if he, like, even if he thought that he was, like, the one that kind of, like, because, okay, to be fair, like, because Locke told the dad, right, that her son came up to me.
Yeah.
And then when he said that, I was like, why are you telling him why are you still talking to this man? And like in general, like all you need, if he really just wanted to help the family, all he needed to do was tell the son, he's not trustworthy. Just get him out of your life.
Yeah.
Like that's all he had to say. He didn't need to be all up in the dad's business. Like, he didn't even need to see his dad. And so it's just weird, like, yeah, he's got like more daddy issues than fucking Jack. Like,
I mean, at this point, most definitely.
yeah, like, he just keeps, and I think that's the thing too.
More
like,
than Kate.
Yeah, he keeps going back to his dad. Like, even after clearly saying, like he hates him.
An abused dog, going back to their master. He can't help it.
But the problem is he's affecting other people in his bullshit daddy issues by blowing up a submarine so no one can find the island.
So that his dad can't find the island. So his
Even
dad
though
can't get... He's already
his
here.
Dad is already there.
The dad is coming from inside the island. That didn't sound right. The call is coming from inside the house. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. So
he's on my shit list.
We like to keep tabs on who our favorite and least favorite characters are, but we kind of leave out the side characters, people who are not on the island. If we did, this guy would be at the bottom, Anthony Cooper.
Oh, probably, yeah.
But I do want to ask, because it's a lot of the parents. Who gets the worst parent award? I mean, is it Locke's dad? Walt's mom, Jack's dad, Kate's parents, both of them. I mean, Sawyer's dad killed his mom and himself on top of him. There are a lot of horrible parents on this show.
Oh, that's hard.
I remember for the longest time, Walt's mom was like the MVP of terrible parent. Because she made so many huge, obvious mistakes. But she was never abusive,
No.
At least not towards her son. But then, you got like Kate's parents who like one was abusive to the mom and the mom ratted her out to the cops, That's real bad. And of course Sawyer's whole deal, as I already said. And Jack's dad sucked, but he wasn't like criminal, although he did get drunk and do surgery.
To be fair, he did I think like kind of emotionally abuse Jack.
Yes.
Especially by like insulting him and belittling him
Often.
all his life. Yeah.
And you see how good of a first impression he makes with Claire.
I think it might be Sawyer's parents, just because literally he literally he
murdered. He's
double suicide. What is it?
Murder suicide.
Murder suicide.
Of all
That's
the parents,
kind of the ultimate ooh.
Of all the parents, he's the only one who committed a murder. Oh no, I guess Locke's dad did murder that kid.
Well, he tried. Yeah. And he tried to murder literally his own son.
And Sawyer's dad probably would have killed him if he saw him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably Sawyer's parents. Sawyer's dad is probably the worst. It's a little... We don't know...
actually though... Okay, hold on.
We don't know for sure, but his mom might have also been planning to abandon him.
We don't know anything.
We don't know the details, but she wanted to run away with Sawyer. I don't know if that included her son or not. So, who knows? We'll never know.
Now that I think about it, though, it might actually be John's dad, because the reasoning is even though Sawyer's dad did do the murder suicide, we don't know. We don't know if his dad was ever really there though, right? What did he do?
Sawyer's dad?
Yeah, what did he do again?
For a living?
Or not for... I mean, we know he was a con man, I think, right?
No.
Because... Wasn't he?
No. We don't know what he did. But they weren't very rich. Sawyer became a con man to find the con man.
Who conned his mom.
His dad was not that.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't really know anything else other than...
Yeah, we don't know much about his parents other than that one thing.
So I think it might be... So far, until we learn more, if we learn more, it might be John's dad, because his dad was not only a con man, conning everyone, he did it to his own son, and also, paralyzed him
and manipulated the mom.
And manipulated the mom. Yeah, so
who's like obviously has mental health issues, and he uses her to get to John.
Yeah, so I kind of think it might go to him because.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we literally just saw the worst thing he ever did. Yeah, and so it's fresh in our minds a lot more than the others. But I think you might be right.
But also, he also killed the Peter dude.
Yes,
he killed the woman who he wanted to con's
future stepson.
Yeah, future stepson. He just murdered him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, if he was willing to do that to his own biological...
He's probably a complete and utter sociopath.
I would say psychopath. He's fucking...
Quite possibly. Like, he does not care.
No.
About anything other than himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. It's up. Sawyer's parents and Locke's dad are like pretty for worst. But you know, always honorable mention to Walt's mom, who was just the worst.
She was terrible. Yeah.
I think she's worse than Jack's dad.
Really? Why do you say that?
Overall, because the way she treated Michael was real bad. The way she manipulated everything, the way she forced a man who did not want to be her son's father to be that. Forcing it, just believing it'll work out. This is fine. Like, say what you will about Jack's dad's style. He loved Jack, you know.
Well,
he clearly cared about him. He tried to get sober for him, and then that didn't work out. But
I mean, that was kind of Jack's fault.
That was Jack's exactly.
That's why I'm kind of like Jack's dad actually was trying. He was in like the middle of his redemption arc, and then Jack literally ruined it.
Yeah, but Jack is the kind of person who would ruin it. Because he was raised.
Yeah.
Chicken or the egg, you know?
But see, like, look, if he... Not necessarily he wouldn't be the person to ruin it. Because if he's seeing literal actions in front of him that his dad is sober and going to AA meetings, like, what other things does he have to negate what's in front of his eyes right now? He's just like, I mean, obviously he has a lot of issues, but like, to literally go to an AA meeting and beat your dad up, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to get sober, he has problems, and he's getting help, and you're ruining him getting help? Like,
but also, the fact that Claire exists is kind of also more evidence of him not being too great.
He cheated. But he didn't, like, murder suicide.
No, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And then also, like,
but I like, Sawyer's dad and Locke's dad are in the same tier.
Yeah.
And Walt's mom and Jack's dad are on a similar tier.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And then Kate's, like, in between.
Yeah, because, like...
Because her dad's not a murderer, but he was awful.
Yeah, like, because Walt's mom was never, like... She was fine with her kid, with Walt, but it was just towards, like, Michael.
It was sabotaging Walt's relationship with his real father.
Yeah.
Which...
It's bad.
It's bad. And it's also neglect, because she wasn't around a lot, and Walt could never establish a real home, because they were moving all the time. None of that is direct abuse, but it is, like, not great parenting, but also... really crappy the refusing father custody stuff.
No, that was really fucked up. Yeah. Like, it was a very, very selfish thing to do.
As far as actual parenting, I don't think she was that bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it might be Jack's dad, because he was actually, like, he belittled Jack, like, almost all his life.
Yeah, because he's just really bad at it.
And yeah, even if he, like cared about Jack, like, to belittle your kid, especially from a young age, you know, when they're very impressionable. Like, at least she didn't do that to Walt. Like, she was never like that with Walt.
Yeah.
So, I would give it to Jack's dad more than the mom.
Okay.
because he actually like caused trauma for Mike or for Jack, like his actual kid. Whereas with Walt, there's not like his trauma doesn't come so much from like direct abuse from her, you know?
Yeah.
It's more like just the situation, sort of.
Yeah, it's the situation of leaving. Well, she died unexpectedly, and so he's in the hands of a guy who does not like him and does not want to be around him.
Well, he doesn't even know that though, right?
I know.
At that point, he didn't know that.
But it's the truth, you know. And if Michael didn't sacrifice his own relationship with Walt to make to ensure Walt doesn't get traumatized further, that's what Walt would have had to deal with.
Yeah, but he didn't. Because of Michael, which is
who killed people. Michael's on the list too.
Oh shit! You're right. Fuck. Walt's parents, just parents.
What? Son's dad. It's a freaking crime lord or whatever.
Man, I forgot about that. But we don't. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta rethink this.
I know it's a big list.
We should like write down all of the parents.
Comment section. So far in the show, up to this point, worst parent.
Or parents, whatever.
Or parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes they're both bad, like Kate.
Or Walt, I guess, in this case.
Or Walt in this case. Yeah.
Or, well, no, not really Claire. Claire's mom was fine.
She was in a coma, so we've actually never seen her mom.
From Claire's point of view, I guess she was.
She had a crappy dad, and it sounds like a crappy aunt.
Well, her aunt was probably just, I don't know, but like it seems like her mom was like good. She was just a teenager rebelling and giving her mom grief. Yeah. But yeah. So that's nice, I guess. But she died, so
yeah. Yeah. What else from this episode? Any mysteries? I guess how was the man from Tallahassee, aka Locke's dad, there? The box they talked about.
I thought that was like a metaphor. Like
yes, it's not a literal box, but it is the idea that if you imagine something, it can appear on the island. Maybe like Kate's horse, or maybe the ghost of loved ones, like Jack's dad, or Dave, even for Hurley. It's possible, whatever this metaphor means, that's the explanation for all this stuff, or it's something else.
Yeah, I don't think. It doesn't sound like.
You don't think I should write down mystery box?
But it's not a literal box.
Like, it's not a literal box, but what else do I call it?
But it's more of like just the power of the island, I guess. Like it has to do with the island, and like the island is a mystery in itself.
Sure.
So like, it's kind of just like, what island do? Like.
Well, yeah. That's a pretty good way to phrase it. What island do? That is the big mystery of Lost.
Yeah. And so it's just kind of like tied into that.
Sure.
I think.
I don't know if I ever asked specifically what island do.
If you want.
I think it was where are they? I think is what I wrote. But I'm just gonna put.
We kind of know where they
box
are.
in quotation marks.
No, just put what island do. We'll understand.
I put box in quotation marks and then in parentheses, what island do? Rousseau didn't do much this episode.
Yeah.
She kind of disappeared right away because she knew this was going south. And she got to see her daughter. That's I think all she really wanted was to see her. Because she didn't expect a hug or recognition or anything. And she knows how far gone she is. So she's like, I just want to see my daughter. What she looks like. What is she like? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got to see that. I do also appreciate the details about Tom and Jack kind of being friends now. Because like they were playing football in the last episode. And then in this episode we see him give Jack the heads up that they bugged the room, that they're listening. Mm-hmm. And that's why Jack every now and then will like lean in and whisper to Kate. Mm-hmm. To hide the audio. But like the fact that another was like, hey, in case you want to give secret messages, be warned. Jack's like, thank you. So that's kind of interesting that they're friends now, or that Tom's willing to give him a heads up about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like one of those people that like Ben said, like they're not fully committed.
That's another thing. Ben said
in mystery.
What?
That fully committed thing, like some of them aren't fully committed.
Is it,
No.
how is it a mystery?
I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say he said, "I was born here."
Yeah.
Not many of the others here can make the same claim.
Yeah, most of them were recruited.
Most of them, not
all of them.
not like half or some. Most were recruited. So that's another kind of piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, but I'm still like, how? Like, did they just take over the Dharma Initiative? Like, what the fuck's happening? Because they're two different people.
Yeah, they're two different groups, not the same group. Yeah, and yeah, like you said, some of them are recruited, and the submarine maintains the illusion that they're allowed to leave. But they're not, I guess. Which Jack said, or Locke says. So you're lying to them. And he goes, no, they want to be here. They're just not fully committed yet. You know, they're like, they just need that last little push, like maybe the submarine getting blown up and they can't leave now.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to see Ben do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I do appreciate the sarcasm from Ben.
His little quips are always fun.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Even when he was Henry Gale, he was pretty sarcastic.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that wasn't an act. That's who
That's
he is.
him.
Yeah.
He's just sarcastic. Yeah.
No, John, unfortunately we don't have a code for there's a man in my closet with a gun to my daughter. Obviously we should.
No, yeah, that was so funny. Like sometimes he kind of reminds me of like Harry Potter, because Harry Potter's like super sassy. Just like the sassiness part of it, obviously. He's so sassy.
So now what do you think? The sub's gone. Jack can't leave. He was literally about to leave. Like if they had listened to Jack and not come back for him, he would have been able to leave. He could have theoretically brought back help.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, he was going to.
That was his plan. That's why he whispered that part, because he didn't want, didn't give any more reasons to cancel. But they had to show up right before he leaves.
Because, you gotta keep the show going.
I know, they gotta keep that the show going. They can't have a way off the island. But still, even if he was leaving in a couple days, he wouldn't be standing there when the sub blows up. You know? He would have heard about it. He had to watch.
And know it was Locke's fault too.
And Kate's fault for bringing Locke. That's that whole thing. He's gonna probably blame Kate a little bit. Like, if you just listen to me for once. Listen to me in the words that I say. That's what they mean. I didn't think you meant it.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that supposed to mean, Kate?
I thought you were just saying that because the others were listening. As opposed to what?
I know, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Kate.
Like, okay. I don't know who's worse now.
Okay. Is it down to 3 or is it 2?
Mm-hmm. What is?
Who's battling for bottom here?
I mean, it's all 3 of them, man.
Yeah.
Charlie, Kate, and Locke.
Okay.
Fuck them, man.
As I said, I think at this point Locke was still my least favorite. I didn't really have a least favorite in the first season. I think I said Jin in our video, but thinking back, I don't think I had a problem with Jin, really.
He just didn't do much.
He just didn't do much, and they established him as having been not a great guy. And then season 2 really turned me against Locke. And
I remember that.
This continues. Even though Locke has some of the best episodes.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think it's just like he's a good, like, not great dude. If that makes sense. Like, it's weird because also like he's not a villain.
No.
But he's not a protagonist either at this point. Like,
they're all protagonists, but I see what you mean.
No, he's like an antagonist because he's clearly he clearly does not want to get off the island, and he's not really helping.
He's taken the antagonistic role now 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's why he's an antagonist. Not necessarily that he's on the others. Like, he's not with the others. I mean, kind of.
Destroying the computer for the button,
Mm-hmm.
and now blowing up the sub, destroying their chance of getting off the island.
Blowing up the fucking flame.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you think about it, like, he could have done that. He probably did that on purpose, too. Because he didn't want communication with the outside world.
Yeah.
So, that's what I mean by, like, dude, there are, like, 40 other people on this island. Like, just because you don't want to leave you don't need to leave, bro.
I think he's convinced himself that this is what the island wants. He doesn't want people coming and going. But as Ben points out, no, this is you not being afraid of your father.
Yeah.
And feeling safe here.
Yeah. Because
your father can't be here. But then you find out, oh, well, there's a 0.00001 chance he can be on the sub or something. So his mind, he rationalizes his actions as it's what the island wants. Because he can walk. You're in a wheelchair and I'm not. So I know what's best.
I know. He's basically like, I'm the prophet for the island.
Yeah.
And the island wants me to continue with my daddy issues and be afraid of my dad. So that means I must blow up the submarine, and I must blow up the station that doesn't have a functioning communication system anyway.
The fact that his dad has been on the island, we don't know how long, but he was already here.
Mm-hmm.
And he blew up literally the only way off the island, means he's now trapped.
Right? How fucking ironic is that? Like, then that's my point. Like, he blew up the only thing that could get his dad off, like,
his dad off or him off.
Or him, whatever, right? Like, he would have no way of knowing his dad's on the island. However, like, that just shows how freaking, like, delusional Locke is sometimes. That's what it is. He's delusional. And that's the problem. He's creating so many issues for everyone else because of his own personal delusions and his own problem, like daddy issues. And he's not addressing them. And clearly he doesn't want to address them, because when he was like, they even in this episode, I pointed out that he didn't want to go back to therapy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like he just doesn't want to address any of his problems.
Yeah.
Even though people try to help him.
Yeah. Like Helen.
Yeah. Like, bro, you could have had such a good life with Helen. But no.
His daddy issues
You had to be like, oh, daddy, I want your approval. Even though he literally...
At that point, stole his kidney.
Yeah. And then left for years. Like, what the fuck?
And then, years later, tried to murder him, leaving him paralyzed for what should have been life.
And he still wanted his approval. I mean, he was still afraid that his dad would come back in some way, shape, or form.
Between the attempted murder and now, I don't believe he hasn't seen his dad. His dad fled the country.
Yeah.
So up to that point, he really wanted his dad's approval. But after that point, I think it's just pure fear. Not of letting him down, but of him. You know? He hurt me multiple times. You know, he ruined my life multiple times. He's the boogeyman, you know, for Locke probably. I don't know how aware of these feelings he is.
I don't know.
But I think it's what was once a fear of letting his dad down or not having a relationship with his dad has transformed into a fear of dad's here, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna get hurt.
My life is
gonna end or change again.
And then, ironically, he blew up the only way for his dad.
Exactly. The only way to get away from his dad or send his dad away is gone.
You should have known that, Locke. You're the prophet for the island.
Yeah. But I mean, how close it was for Jack to actually get off the island.
Man.
Was it the island? Is this what is Locke actually a prophet for the island? And the island doesn't want Jack to leave.
No. Well, I mean, okay, two arguments can be made. Like,
yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, like if the island wanted Ben to manipulate John into blowing up the sub, then yes. Like, the island wanted it, I guess. But then, yeah, also it's like, no, because clearly John is delusional and doesn't know what the island wants and is just acting based off of his own, what's the word?
Self-interests?
Sure. Not the word I was looking for, but yeah. So, I don't know, it's kind of like,
yeah. It's just a mess now.
Yeah.
And, Ben shook Jack's hand and says, as soon as you leave, I will set them free. Knowing. I'm good.
That was good on his part, though. That was very smart on his part. Very clever. Very clever.
The way he explained it, too, to Locke, saying, like, the fact that I made these deals in the first place shows that I'm a coward, shows that I can't be trusted, shows that I've broken our rules, which is bad. But if I just killed them, I'm going against my word, which is also bad.
Mm-hmm. And
then enter Locke.
It's like, perfect.
Prayers answered. Yeah.
Fucking Kate.
Yeah, she did bring Locke. This is her plan, her idea. Originally. She was trying to help, but once again, it really didn't work out. It really ended up hurting Jack.
This is not the first time she's done something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, Saeed was all on board. But Saeed wasn't going rogue like Locke was.
Yeah.
He legitimately wanted to learn more about the others and help Jack.
Yep.
And now he's captured, handcuffed to a swing set.
You know what? If they kill Saeed, I'm fucking done with the show. I'm not watching anymore. I'm just gonna call you. You're not gonna see any more episodes with me in it. It's just gonna be a cardboard cutout of me. I'm not gonna have any reaction. I'm not gonna be here. I'm out. Because first they killed Mr. Echo.
Yeah.
And then if they kill, I swear to God, if they kill Saeed, I would rather them kill Jack than kill Saeed. Please.
Wow, I think I agree.
Yeah.
Because Saeed has super interesting episodes.
Yeah.
Is super interesting character and super useful. You know?
And he's likable.
Yes.
He's more likable.
Despite the horrible things he has done, he is likable. And in spite of all that.
Right?
As his episode showed us,
like
he tortured that woman real
how
bad.
Did you? Yeah, like how do you make someone who tortured someone for a living likable? Like that's
tortured a woman into confessing a crime she didn't really commit.
Yeah.
I mean, all she did was harbor a fugitive or something. Mm. But I guess they tacked on a bunch of stuff by making her confess to things. And yeah, we know he did that.
Yeah.
But we still like Saeed because he's really sad about it.
But not only that, he's like actively being like a good person, other than the fact that he tortured Sawyer a little bit. But,
he tortured Sawyer a little bit, and he tortured Ben a little bit. But at this point, looking back, you're like, you don't care that he tortured Ben, you know? Because like he was right.
He was right though. Also, they killed Shannon. They killed someone he loved. So
I mean, he gets a pass. This was a long discussion, and I think it's well deserved because this is a great episode. It's it's the episode where you find out how he's in the wheelchair. You know, it's a big mystery answered. His dad did it. It's obvious in hindsight. I know.
Honestly, yeah, I like the fact that it was a huge mystery why Locke was in the wheelchair. It's like, I mean, obviously he like fell or something, or like, right? It's like
there's an accident.
How else would someone get in a wheelchair?
And many others thought it was a complication from the kidney surgery.
Did I think that?
Yeah, when he was in the hospital bed and and the music got dramatic. You're like, why? What? Oh no, something went wrong, or it's like a infection related thing or something. No. And then they keep teasing you, like having him always sitting down at the start of flashbacks. Then he stands up. Oh, okay, it's not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was he fell 8 stories.
That's crazy, and he survived.
Yeah, but he doesn't think of that as a miracle.
Yeah,
he because he's paralyzed. He thinks that's all he focuses on. Not that he survived falling 8 stories. So a little bit of Hurley similarity there. You don't focus on the good side, only on the bad stuff, kind of thing.
Hurley's getting better though.
Yes, I think this last episode was a big help towards his outlook.
Yeah.
Charlie
didn't die with him in the car.
Yes, he immediately blamed himself for Charlie's situation, and I don't think he has anything to do with that.
I don't think he does.
Because if it was, then he would have died in the car.
Yeah.
So I kind of proved like it's not my fault. All right, well that's this episode, The Man from Tallahassee. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to join us next time, and if you're a supporter on Patreon, you can watch next time. Now time. Just head on over to patreon.com/awkwardmafia and you can watch next week's episode and uncuts of a bunch of stuff we do. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye.